Okay, so for my project, I wanted to add a like and dislike button to the places on the map, and like a counter for each of those so that you could see like what places someone likes, what places people don't like, right? Um, and for starting that, I added a count parameter to the place model. Um, that wasn't too bad, just set two integers, and then just, you know, some functions for that and methods to get them, and that was pretty easy. Um, and then with that, I had to like change the add place activity and server, um, like functions for like adding places. Um, and one thing that I found was like normally it should default to zero, right? But because like I don't have a bunch of data from like people, I thought it'd be more interesting to just add random numbers. So I went and found some random number generators like for code, and so I just put two of them, one for each slot, and then for the add place activity, I did the same thing. One thing that's very important though is for the places, you want to put it inside of the for loop. That way, you can see different numbers in each place, right? So like the first time I did it, I just had one random thing, like one random integer, and I just had it outside the for loop, and every single number was the same, right? So like it would be five dislikes, five likes, five dislikes, five likes for each place. So I went and changed that. So now you have random numbers. It looks a bit nicer, and it's just easier to work with overall. And then to actually add these numbers into the info boxes, I went to this marker place here in the code, and I just set a sub description, and I just set it to the likes is equal to the place.getCount, which is the number of likes we have, and then the dislikes is equal to the place.getDislikes, which is how many dislikes, right? Um, and so I got done most of what I wanted to. The only thing that I wasn't able to finish was actually making it so you could change that number, um, because I couldn't figure out how to like add a button to the marker and like this info box here, because I don't know if there's an XML for it because it's imported, but I couldn't find a way to add a button. And so my next thought on that was to try and add like a listener to it, right? So kind of with like the add a place activity, where if you have a long press, it opens it. I wanted to make it where if you long pressed on the info box, it disliked, and if you double clicked on it, it liked it. Um, so I looked around in some places, and the one thing that I couldn't figure out was how to make it so that it detected if it was clicking on the marker versus clicking on the map. Um, and the reason for that is that the marker is a different layer from the map, and I don't know how to make it so that it detects if you're clicking on the marker itself. So that would be the one change I would make. And I tried some things here, but I couldn't really get it to work. So that's all I have. Just likes, dislikes, and my change would just be to make it so that you could actually interact with it in the future. Yeah, that's my project.